Welcome back to my channel, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Nah, this is not for children. It's not for children because I might say one or two bad words. It might slip up every now and then, but I try not to. I try to be a decent human being. There are no profanities in my family. All right, guys, welcome back. I know I haven't made a video in a long time. There's a reason for that. I apologize for that. A lot of things has been happening on a personal level. First things first, I have officially stopped my gig, my other gig. When I say my other gig, I'm talking about the delivery business. So what has been happening is the juice is no longer worth the squeeze. I'm putting it when I first started, it was good money. You're making decent amount of money a month, and the intention was to invest that or invest that money. But then what has been happening over the after an extended period is there has been, I don't know if it's a case where demand has dropped, which I don't want to believe it is. I have no metrics or evidence to base this on, but I'm just thinking, one thing I know for sure is the number of drivers we have on the road has increased. And then each of those drivers, I wouldn't say all, but most of those drivers, what then happened or what is now happening is they have multiple phones with multiple identities on those phones. So one driver could have three or four phones and they're doing delivery. So we might have physically have six drivers on the rota, but in actual sense we have about 12 or even 16. And that has made it near impossible to be profitable. And I would work. Let me give you an example. So last week we were in France with the kids. We were in Disneyland with the kids, and we were in an Uber taxi, and we got talking to the driver, and he said he had a full-time job driving an ambulance Monday to Thursdays, and then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday he's driving the Uber. And he said within those 3 days he makes Friday, Saturday, and Sunday he makes about 1,000 euros in those 3 days. We're talking about 4,000 a month. Now I know that's the weekend, but I was working weekends too, although I'm not doing it full time, but I was driving weekends too. But what has been happening, even in my own case, is you put it in 12 hours a week on average, and you barely netting 150, and that's a tiny bit over 10 euro an hour. Made no sense whatsoever. When I first started, it was a whole lot more. But with the recent developments and people finding, obviously, people are going to find a way to circumvent the system or cheat the system. This is what it has become. Now, I've wanted to stop this delivery for a long time. The reason I didn't pull the plug, or I hadn't pulled the plug before, is because I got used to it, to be honest. I just got used to the ritual and the routine. And it's pretty difficult when you're used to something to just unplug and change your routine. But I decided to unplug it a few weeks ago, and I'm not going back. That part of my life is done. I'm moving on to bigger and better things. I'm growing, maturing, learning more, and my portfolio is growing as well. And I'll try to keep you guys in the loop as much as possible. That's that episode of deliveries gone. Now the other thing is the weather. Today is I think the 23rd of October, if I'm not mistaken. 23rd of October. If it's not 23rd, then it's 22nd or the 24th. One of the three. But it's a Monday in October. Halloween is in about a week's time. So our weather, as far as the warm weather, is gone for now. Not to be back until summer next year. So my street interviews are done. But what I will be doing, what I will be doing to replace that is reaction videos, and I hope I'm able to put. I hope uh, people are able to learn one or two things from how I react to videos. I think it's gonna be a fun thing to do, because when I'm watching these videos, I always have my own thought process and my own maybe extra points to buffer or in addendum to whatever the person has stated, or counterpoint. And the reason why I have that counterpoint, they're going to be financial videos, obviously. It's not going to be deep diving into financials, because financials is a bit of a boring topic. So it's not going to be deep diving into that, just on a surface level. And I'll try to find videos that operate on a surface level like that. So that will be replacing the street interviews, and hopefully you gain one or two things from that. Talking about gaining one or two things, I was at a barber shop yesterday, and I told a friend, we were talking. He said he needed a break and needed a holiday. I said, "Oh, good. You should go. I just got back from Disneyland with the family on Friday. This was Saturday when I was no, this was Sunday when I was at the barber shop yesterday. And he said, that's about the fourth time you've gone on holidays this year. And I said, yes. He said, how are you going on holidays this much? I said, yeah, because I have a family and I have siblings and I have myself. So I go on holidays maybe about twice a year with the family, with the siblings once a year, and then by myself once a year or twice a year. And I have to do it that way. He said, but that must cost a fortune. I said, no, it doesn't, because for the flights, I don't pay for the flights. For the hotels, so when I go by myself, sometimes I pay, sometimes I don't pay. And he's like, but how are you getting free flights? And I said, go watch my videos on YouTube. On YouTube. You see, I know I'm making these videos for myself, okay, as a kind of online digital journal or video blog or vlog or whatever you call it, to document my journey and see the progression from when I started. I started these videos about 2 years ago, and if you go watch the very first video and compare it to this one, you must admit there 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 is a subtle growth. There's a subtle difference, both in the production quality, appearance, and things like that. So things are getting better. I'm growing, and that's why I'm documenting it. And the nuggets I drop are not just things that I pull out of the ether. They're based on, I know people need this knowledge, so I'm just sharing it with them. First and foremost, it's for me. Secondly, it's for people who are interested. So I told him, I said, you're on my I share these videos on my Facebook and other platforms. I said, you're on my Facebook and you're active on Facebook, because I know you're active on Facebook. He said, yes. I said, and I share my videos on Facebook. So this tells me, and this again, this is not mandatory, guys. This tells me that you don't watch my videos, but if I was to ask you what Chelsea, what the score was between Chelsea and Manchester, I don't know. I don't watch the football. Was a few weeks ago. You know the scores. You know how much Ibrahimovic was traded for. This there are guys who specialize in this. To me, it's a waste of time. I watch sports as well, but not something. I watch UFC, MMA. That's what I'm more involved in. But I can't tell you, oh, when John Jones fought Stipe Miocic or somebody, he had him in a cross. I don't remember all those details. You see, I watch it for entertainment and to learn step, because I'm into martial arts, to learn step by step. And that once I'm done, I'm done. I can't come back and say, oh, in when the second title defense that John Jones had, he was, these things are occupying megabytes or gigabytes in my brain that I don't have the capacity for. I said, but the videos I make now, granted, financials is boring, but the videos I make, they're surface videos. They're not deep diving into financial life, or into the financials of things. It's just surface videos. Try to make it as entertaining as possible so you can pick one or two things. And I told him, I said, in my videos, I have two videos, part one and part two, where I stated how to travel like a VIP, not just even just travel, actually like a VIP for free, for just about free, from any Irish airport. So if you don't know it, it's not because you don't know someone who don't know it. It's because you believe there are more important things you can do with your time than learn things that might actually benefit you. So I referred him, go watch my videos. I'm not about to start showing you things again that I've already dropped out there for the whole world to see. That being said, I'll leave you with that, and hopefully my reaction videos that I'll be coming up with will be entertaining enough or will be informative enough for you to pick one or two things from there. So catch you in the next video. See you for now.